The Song of Pong. What is the meaning of Pong energy? It is like the water supporting a moving boat. First, sink the chi into the dantian. Then hold the head as if suspended from above. The entire body is filled with spring-like energy, opening and closing in a very quick movement. Even if the opponent uses 1,000 pounds of force, he or she can be uprooted and made to float without difficulty. The Song of Lu. What is the meaning of Lu energy? First, entice the opponent towards you by allowing him or her to advance. Lightly and nimbly follow his incoming force, without disconnecting and without resisting. When his force reaches its furthest intent, it will naturally become empty. The opponent then can be let go or countered at will. Maintain your central equilibrium, and your opponent cannot gain advantage. The Song of Chi. What is the meaning of Chi energy? There are two aspects to its functional use. The direct way is to go to meet the opponent and attach gently in one movement. The indirect way is to use the reaction force, like the rebound of a ball bouncing off a wall, or a coin thrown onto a drumhead bouncing off with a resounding, ringing sound. The Song of Om. What is the meaning of Om energy? When applied, it is like flowing water. The substantial is concealed in the insubstantial. When the flow is swift, it is difficult to resist. Coming to a high place, it swells and fills the place up. Meeting a hollow, it dives downward. The waves rise and fall. Finding a hole, they will surely surge in. In moving, the chi sticks to the back and permeates the spine. It is said that the hisin, then in the body, the abdomen relaxes and the chi sinks into the bones. The shen, or spirit of vitality, is relaxed and the body calm. The shen is always in the hisin. Being able to breathe properly leads to agility. The softest will then become the strongest. When the qing shin is raised, there is no fault of stagnancy and heaviness. This is called suspending the head top. Inwardly, make the shen firm, and outwardly exhibit calmness and peace. Throughout the body, the yi lies in the shen, not in the qi. If it relied on the qi, it would become stagnant. If there is no qi, there is no li, or external strength. If not focused on qi, there is pure steel. The qin, intrinsic strength, is song, relaxed, but not song. It is capable of great extension, but not extended. The qin is broken, but the yi is not. The qin is stored by means of the curved. The qin is released by the back, and the steps follow the changes of the body. The mobilization of qin is like refining steel 100 times over. There is nothing hard it cannot destroy. Store up the chin like drawing a bow. Mobilize the chin like drawing silk from a cocoon. Release the chin like releasing the arrow. To fa chin or discharge energy. Sink, relax completely, and aim in one direction. In the curve, seek the straight. Store, then release. Be still as a mountain. Move like a great river. The upright body must be stable and comfortable to be able to sustain an attack from any of the 8 directions. So walk like a cat. Remember, when moving, there is no place that does not move. When still, there is no place that is not still. First, seek extension, then contraction. Then it can be fine and subtle. It is said, if the opponent does not move, then I do not move. At the opponent's slightest move, I move first. To withdraw is to release. To release is necessary to withdraw. In discontinuity, there is still continuity. In advancing and returning, there must be folding. Going forward and back, there must be changes. Form is like that of a falcon about to seize a rabbit, and the shin is like that of a cat about to catch a rat.
Today, we're going to be talking about, in the Western Long Boxing online series, we're talking about the press and the push. That's the palmed push, not particularly the one that you see me do with the rollback or even the one you see me do with the ward off. Okay, in this pressing motion, okay, we're going to be doing a lot of things that are going to, well, there are lead-ins, there are transformations, there are transitions from one motion to another. I believe in an active foot, but also I believe in the health aspects of actually making sure you silk reel with separation of the waist and the hips. So we'll go through the steps as we normally do to make sure you understand it, as we do it for Western Long Boxing, but still take you all the way through to the 6 harmonies, and then of course active footing. So the first thing we start off with here is a press. We all know what the press is. Okay, you're pressing on the inside of your forearm. Okay, I do it in the bow stance. Okay, and I try to keep the hips neutral, and I work. Okay, when I do this, I'm trying to feel all of the movement above the waist to the shoulder. Okay, in this sense, I'm trying to make hips and shoulders work together. Elbows are sunken, so is chest, and I'm feeling the motion all the way through. Remember what Sifu Clear talks about with making the organs squishy, making them not atrophied, but livid and active. I'm trying to squeeze them, pull them, twist them, work them. Once I get that down and shoulders and hips are moving pretty good together, I'm shifting weight, but the weight is shifted very lightly. I'm not double weighted, okay, and my feet are digging in, but I'm not there. I'm not completely shifting all 100% of weight like I want to do. Next, I want to coordinate elbows and knees. Elbows and knees. Okay, for me, how I do it, I shift the weight by lifting and dropping the heel alternating with substantial and insubstantial movement. Once I do that and everything is working pretty good, then I go into what I call putting out cigarettes, okay, but the ankles and the wrists work together in a more sweeping motion. I still want to feel that squishiness and that working of the core, okay, in the stretching motion, and maintaining some semblance of pugilism. Elbows in, chin down, as much as it can be without touching the chest. Looking good. After I get to that point, I get into an active foot. From here, slowing it down, I want to get into what's called a twirling tan, or a teacup motion. The first teacup motion sweeps across, comes back across here to the front, comes down under the armpit, moving into a Wing Chun motion of Pak Sao, Hong Sao, Con Sao, Bong Sao. And then the associated strikes, chain striking, and Jutsu, finger striking. Once this motion happens, I go into a double teacup motion, which are hands up above the head and under, switching out. And then my first turn of walking around my opponent in a very small and quick and tight circle, leaving me for the right hand to be open and to continue the motion. Again, I want to feel it from the right side. I'm shifting, I'm sunken, centered, circular, and rhythmical. Remember that the press defeats the rollback. So make sure you're using a little bit of shoulder, a little bit of back. Outstanding. Moving from the hips and shoulders to the 6 harmonies, the second part of the 6 harmonies, which is the knees and elbows. Small circle, small frame, discharges in this manner as we've spoken about. We'll do the ward off. From here, we're going to move into wrists and ankles, and then full movement. You've seen me and Professor Josh Call work on this and get this right. And now we're going to the teacup, around, and then Pak Sao, Hong Sao, Con Sao, Bong Sao. And strike, chain striking, and Jutsu, chain striking here. And then double teacup, walking this way, which is the first way, or double teacup, and walk in the opposite direction. Either one's fine. If you make a mistake, it's not an issue. And the left foot is back in the point. At this point, we go into the push. Wen Sao. Brushing chest. And push. Wen Sao lower. Brushing hips. And push. Wen Sao. Stepping motions. And right foot and discharge. Stepping motions again. And left foot discharge. Now, when you do this motion of the push, the stepping's pretty simple, but it's alternating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push. You can do it even more separation. You can step backwards even more. And push. And push. Lots of variations on the movement and on the stepping, but you will feel it as a rhythm, an oscillating rhythm which allows you to move your center away from your opponent. And push. And push. Lots of variations on this. you can actually come across and push. You can come across this way. Excuse me. You can come across this way and push. Again. And push. And push. It's totally up to you. How do you do this? Okay. Now let's go from here to the wall. No, not done. Right. In the beginning, because we're kind of tight, we're still working. Breathing is synchronized, sunken, centered, circular, and rhythmical. Hollow, loosen, swallow, and spit. Coming back around. Okay, we're going into, again, the ward-off series. And here. We won't go on both sides today, we'll just go on one side today. Actually, let's use the other side so you can see me better. Double on ward-off. And block. And block, and cross block and roll back, and cross block and roll back. Coming back, punching the ball, ones and twos, hook, uppercuts. Notice I'm actually hitting the ball. And then my push routine, which ends with a double strike, or tiger embraces the mountain. And then I go into, again, my press. Now the press here is not that easy. The ball doesn't like to be pressed because it's getting a constant pressure on it. So you really have to work this one. And even though you're pushing on the ball, when the ball drops, you can't be overstated. You can't be overreaching. So make sure you stay underneath your feet. Do not overextend. Don't stick your chin out by overextending. Okay, once we're here, let's start out to get our silk reeling done. Just want to feel it in the hips. First of the 6 harmonies, shoulders and hips. Then elbows and knees. Then wrists and ankles. And once this is done, nice and simple, one of the first things do is the first aspect of coiling tan, which is the teacup coming down. Okay, once I come down with this, I want to do a push this way. Okay, a push this day, Pak Sao, Tong Sao, Con Sao, Fong Sao. Hand comes around and push. And then strike with the fingers. Excellent. Okay? A lot of things we cannot do with this motion. Okay, can't walk around it. But at this point, we can still get those 2 done. Come back around and catch the other side. Same thing. And coiling tan around, Pak Sao, Tong Sao, Con Sao, Fong Sao. Punch, strike, fingers, Jutsi. Okay, and then back around and back to here. Then moving into the push, straight pushing. Okay, Nice and push. Make sure you strip your hands underneath it. Your body is right underneath itself. You're actually doing a good faction. Okay, the ball's not escaping you. You push, it's not moving around. Energy's going straight into the ball. Okay? Good pung energy, good spring energy. Okay? You can take this motion and circle around the ball. And circle around, circle around this way. Round, 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 here. Circling in, stepping again, pushing, stepping, and pushing, stepping, and pushing, stepping, and pushing, and back to the pump. Combinations thereof. Sorry about that. Again. Here. Bring it back across, bring it back down.